Welcome guys! Today I'm looking into the SKS and more specifically to the attachments for the weapon. The SKS is difficult to control and attachments are certainly necessary to make this weapon worthwhile. But how does each attachment actually affect the weapon handling? And can we see a clear difference between the grips and the muzzle attachments? When performing the tests, I will shoot at a rate of 100 shots per minute, as this is the optimal rate of fire, since the recoil will reset just before firing the next shot, thereby maximizing accuracy. In this slow motion footage, you can see how the next shot takes place almost exactly after the reticle stabilizes. And remember, when shooting the SKS in a normal game, you would also micro-adjust your recoil after each shot, thereby making horizontal recoil much less of a problem than when using a full auto weapon. The vertical recoil, on the other hand, makes the weapon feel bouncy and out of control, which is why most players go for vertical recoil reduction on the SKS. As we move along with the test, I will select a winner of each category and leave it on the weapon. This way we can navigate a route through the attachments and hopefully find the optimal attachment combination too. All tests are done standing without holding breath while shooting. Let's get started. First, we need a starting point, so we will record the recoil pattern of a naked SKS. During the tests, I will keep the same distance to the target and the same spacing between the first bullets, as this will make the comparison as accurate as possible. Okay, so let's compare this to an SKS with nothing but a cheek pad equipped. And now you don't have any other options for this attachment slot, so it's a no-brainer to pick it up. But how much does it affect the handling? The cheek pad had a huge impact on the handling, making the recoil pattern much more predictable and overall more stable. The reason for this is the reduction of weapon sway. When the weapon sways less, the recoil automatically becomes more stable, as the swaying would continue during firing. If you're holding shift while shooting, the benefit of the cheek pad quickly goes away, but you cannot keep up sustained firing holding your breath, as you would simply run out of it. Keeping the cheek pad on the weapon, we now test the angle grip. And while any reduction in recoil is good, horizontal recoil is rarely a worrying factor for the average SKS user, as one would be more focused on managing the vertical. But here's the data and let's move on. Now to the vertical grip. We're going to compare the results of the angle grip test with the result of the vertical grip test. Marking the recoil pattern, the improvement is already striking, and when doing the side-by-side comparison, it is clear that the bullets are much more tightly packed using the vertical grip, and based on this little test, I would certainly rather have the vertical grip over the angled. Keeping the cheek pad and the vertical grip on the weapon, it's time to test the flash hider. The flash hider has a clear benefit of increasing your level of stealth, making you harder to spot when shooting. This should certainly be taken into consideration when choosing attachment. However, in this test we're only focusing on the handling. Finally, let's test the Compensator, well known for being the best muzzle attachment for recoil reduction. But the question is, will the Compensator be noticeably better for handling than the flash hider when put on an SKS? Marking the recoil pattern, it is clear that we have less spread between the bullets using the Compensator. However, the flash hider did not perform that bad at all, still making it a valid choice when also going for a level of stealth. But for handling, I would still go for the Compensator. And finally, when comparing our fully equipped SKS to the naked SKS, the difference is enormous. This is why you need attachments on the SKS before it actually becomes worth your time. Now that's all I had for you guys in this video. I hope you found it interesting, and if you did, subscribe to the channel for more PUBG science, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.